First of all, let's address the elephant in the room, which is that I haven't uploaded a video in about 7 weeks. Oops! I know you're probably very worried about me. You're probably thinking, did she die? Did she get kidnapped at some sketchy hostel in Spain? While traveling, did she have some sort of personal epiphany that made her reject her old life, adopt a new religion, and become a yoga instructor on a tropical island? No, I'm fine. Basically, I was too lazy to make videos. I'm sorry. Also, the tail end of my trip was a little rough. I started January with a cold, and then in Barcelona I got a stomach virus. I actually went to the hospital for that. Then I was sick in Florida, and then when I got home I got sick again, like with a new cold, maybe even the flu. I don't know what that was, who knows. But now I'm finally feeling so much better, except for a little bit of a sniffle still. Whenever I come home from any trip of any sort of significant length, or even if I'm just feeling like bleh and I need to fix that, then a proper life reset is in order. This is how I reset my life. So before you actually do anything towards resetting your life, it's important to figure out what you're actually going to do. I believe it was Plato who said that almost all of life's problems can be solved by making a list. So step 1. Make a big old list. I actually do this every Sunday at the start of each week. I make what is called a brain dump. And a brain dump just means that you brainstorm and you write down literally anything and everything that is in your brain, anything that you might have to do in the upcoming week. So the way that I apply this to a life reset is as soon as I get home from a trip or something, I write down any and all of the things that I would like to accomplish in order to feel centered and organized again. Step 2. Schedule. So once I have my list, I take a look at basically what my time frame for the life reset is. Usually if I'm coming home from a long trip, I probably have at least a few days to get my shit together. But if you only have one day or a few hours, do not worry, just focus on taking your list and rewriting it in the order of what you're going to tackle first. Step 3. Don't overwhelm yourself. I think the best way to do that is to take your list of to-dos and throw some self-care items into there. So for example, when I got home from a month in Europe last August, I remember I was so stressed out because right when I got home, it was like crunch time for senior portrait season, and I had just had like the most blissful month with my family in Europe, and it felt like everything was hitting me all at once. So even though I had a bunch of practical things that I needed to do as part of my life reset, I also included a couple of fun things because I knew that if I went from like vacationing with my family in Lithuania to all of a sudden like planning and scheduling photo shoots, I would make myself go crazy. So in the middle of being productive, I also made time to do a face mask and watch an episode of Bring the Soul. Step 4. Action. So by now, you should just have a step-by-step plan to follow. Remember to take breaks. I really like the Pomodoro technique because it has a simple 25-5, 25-5 interval structure. But you do you. You pick your own time intervals, check things off, and use the momentum of each thing that you accomplish to power you through the next to-do. Now, what is part of your life reset will depend on what kind of trip you're coming back from, how long it was, or what is going on in your life at the moment. But I do have some ideas for things that I pretty much always do when I'm doing a life reset, so here they are. Drink water. Even if you're just watching this video with no intention to do what I'm talking about, drink water right now. Even though vacations are generally supposed to be restorative, it's very common to let little habits like this fall by the wayside, so just fill up a bottle of water and keep it with you for the rest of these steps, okay? Yes, I am one of those psychopaths that unpacks their luggage right away, but I just think everyone should be doing that. It feels so good to unpack. Usually I like to just dump everything onto the floor and then go through and start putting things away, making a pile of laundry to be washed. Which brings us to cleaning. Especially if you've been away for a while, your space could probably use a little refreshing. You might want to open the windows, change the sheets, do the laundry, dust the surfaces in your space, vacuum, and then focus on yourself. After traveling for 2 months, I can definitely attest to the fact that traveling can make you feel pretty disgusting. So especially if you've been backpacking and showering in hostel showers, then taking a shower in your own bathroom with your own favorite shampoo can feel pretty luxurious. While you were on vacation, you might have used autoresponder, and I definitely commend you for that, but unfortunately you can't avoid those emails and messages forever. So something that I like to do when I have a lot to read through and respond to is set a timer, which makes me work faster because it almost feels like a little game, like how quickly can I get through reading all of these emails. Hopefully during your trip you kept track of your spending, but you might need to do some work afterwards to make sure that everything was accurate. So I keep track of my spending in Google Sheets. I use the built-in monthly budgeting template to track every little income or every little expense. And usually I'm pretty good about this, but the key word is usually. When I feel like I've gotten off track, I basically sit down to count up all my money and make sure that how much I think I have is how much I actually have. So this is like a template that I copy and paste each time that I do one of these little audits. So some of the things I check for are checking how much money is in all of my bank accounts, how much I have in PayPal, how much is on my credit card, how much is in Venmo, Poshmark, how many gift cards I have, how much I have in other currencies. So it's just a way to like consolidate everything and make sure that I have an accurate record. You probably have lots of new photos on your phone and your camera, but it's very risky to just keep them there. So as soon as possible, you're gonna wanna back them up to an external hard drive or an online service like Google Photos or something like that. So a lot of times when I'm doing a life reset, I actually try not to think too far ahead in the future because I just want to focus on what's directly ahead of me and not stress myself out about the future too much. But sometimes if like your brain is cluttered with thinking about all the things that you're gonna have to get done soon, then it can help to just sit down and take everything out of your head and put it onto paper so that then you can really focus on resetting your life, knowing that once you return to normal life, you have a plan moving forward. So that's everything. I hope this video turns out okay. I hope I didn't forget how to make videos. Thank you for sticking with me during my break. If you did stick with me, hopefully. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next week.